Hey folks, Ray from DCRainmaker.com here. I just want to go through a quick pile of sports technology sales that are out right now. Now this is something I don't usually do on YouTube, but a few people have emailed me saying why I haven't mentioned it on YouTube, because I mentioned it on the site, on the blog, and it's a really big deal there and a lot of you take advantage of it. So there's a whole slew of sales that always tend to occur in May in sports technology items, from action cameras to non-action cameras, selected computers, GPS watches, like all that kind of stuff, power meters, trainers, etc. Basically sales kind of end up in two big buckets in the year. One would be in May and the other one would be in November. November is obvious, that's holiday stuff, and May tends to be like a get outside and do something sort of pile thing. So historically it happens almost every single year. There's always sales, and so I'm gonna walk through them real quick. Now there are links in the description there. Those links do help me out. Keep in mind I do not have any partnerships with any manufacturers. I don't like that at all. So if you use the Amazon or Clever Training links or even the REI link, that helps out the site. But otherwise I don't do anything with the companies and they don't pay me to do this, and so it's not sponsored in any way, shape or form. Hope that's super clear, but hopefully this will provide you with a little bit of insight as to whether or not you should take advantage of some of these sales, or if there's other stuff coming up that you may want to skip out on. So number one, probably the biggest one to be aware of, is the 20% off sale. Now this sale is with Clever Training, kind of one of my partners in the retail space, and they have 20% off almost everything. And it's really interesting if you're planning on buying a trainer or a power meter. Now there are a couple exclusions here to be aware of, primarily in the realm of Garmin head devices and Wahoo head devices, and also Garmin Vector. But as far as other stuff, it's really useful if you're buying like a $1,000 trainer, a $1,200 trainer, or a $1,500 power meter. All those things are out there. I've put together a huge list of sort of my favorites on the site that you can see down up there somewhere. It's up there, I think, right now. So kind of some obvious ones that are like big ticket items, I would say, would be like the 4eyes power meters, the Stages power meter, the new Cyclic Fly 12 and Fly 6 CE devices. Those are the combined camera and tail or headlight, depending on which one you buy. Really cool stuff. Also, Lezines by computers are all on there, so all those are available, as are the NPE cables. So if you want to be on a way to convert AMP Plus signals to Bluetooth Smart, say you're doing like Zwift indoor running, Zwift indoor anything that you may have older AMP Plus stuff, that is a good way of doing it. All of Polar stuff is included, so anything Polar at all. Anything Suunto, but there's a better Suunto sale I'll mention in a second, so don't quite do that. Trainer-wise, you've got all the Wahoo trainers, I mean all trainers, so like the Tax Neo, that's like a $1,600 trainer normally. The Wahoo Kicker, a $1,200 trainer. Cyclops Hammer, again, $1,200 trainer. All that stuff's there, Elite, the Dretto, all those there. I mean, it's every trainer on the market. So that is a huge savings. The question is, though, whether or not you would buy a trainer right now. Now, Captain Obvious points out that Eurobike is coming up in less than 2 months, 1 month and like 3 weeks, or 2 weeks or whatever. So mid-July this year as opposed to late August. Interbike is then in the September timeframe, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Obviously, trainers are going to be announced. They're announced every single year at Interbike and Eurobike. That's just the purpose of those shows. Keep in mind, though, that most of those trainers do not become available until the fall, so like September, October, November, even beyond that sometimes. So my general advice here is really simple. If you want a trainer for now, if you want a trainer from May until the fall, then take advantage of the deal. If you're riding outside already and you do not plan to use a trainer this summer indoors, then honestly wait and see what comes up this summer. There's really no reason to buy now as opposed to later on, unless of course you're happy with what's out now and you want to save 20%. Obviously new things being announced at Eurobike and Interbike aren't typically on sale right away, so that is something to consider. The same goes for power meters. I do not actually expect many, if any, power meters to be announced this year at Eurobike or Interbike, maybe some minor stuff, but nothing major. We've seen a ton of new power meters announced over the last year and a half, and I think almost every major brand has announced things, so nothing big that I'm expecting right now. Just a quick note on that 20% off sale, that does technically require you signing up for the VIP program, but that only costs $5, and all of that goes to charity. It goes to the Girls on the Run charity, which is an awesome running focused charity that helps young girls get into the sport of running. It's across the US. They're doing great work, and having 2 daughters, I'm super excited to be able to support that as well. Finally, on the 20% off sale, that ends Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. US Eastern Time, so if you want that, better get that quick. The rest of the sales, though, are a little bit longer lasting. So next we've got the Garmin Fenix 5, $100 off. Pretty straightforward. This is only the second time we've seen it be on sale. The first was at Black Friday, also $100 off, and now we have it here for $100 off as well. Garmin has historically released a new Fenix variant every 12 to 14 or so months for the past every year. This year they're definitely behind that curve a little bit. Right now they're at like 16 months or so and counting. So maybe there's something new, maybe not. Either way, just keep that in mind going forward. It's still a great deal for what is a high-end watch though. On that same train, we have Suunto at 30% off all of their watches across the board, from their Spartan Ultra series down to their Spartan trainers and stuff like that. Probably the best deal of that bunch is the Suunto Spartan Trainer Wrist HR, which is a small little watch that I don't have right now, but it's up there, and that is $223 right now, on sale. A fantastic watch if you're in the triathlon realm and want to go ahead and pick up something like that. Switching over to some head units, Wahoo's got their Element, not their Element Bolt, but their Element for $80 off, bringing it down to $249, but that's with a rebate, so it is a little bit messier. I don't expect a new Wahoo Element anything coming out anytime soon. I think the real reason why they're selling just the Element, not the Bolt, is that nobody really wants the Element. It's big and kind of clunky and looks like a 1980s Casio calculator. Beautiful software the exact same as the Bolt. I mean, precisely the same as the Bolt, just a little bit of LEDs actually extra on the full-size Element. But again, it's just it's not as pretty as a device as the Bolt. That's why it's probably on sale. Speaking of head units, more on sale is the Garmin Edge 520. That is down to $199, the lowest we've seen it ever before, so $50 off. The reason for that being on sale is pretty straightforward. They just announced the Edge 520 Plus. So this little guy right here, about a month ago now, this has mapping and stuff, and this 520 does not have full-on mapping and navigation. This costs $20 more normally, so $279, maybe it's $30, as compared to this is normally at $249. At $199 though for the 520, that's a solid deal. It's a great little unit. I use it every day. I just got back in from ride using it. Good stuff. Pioneer has also got a head unit throwing in for free with their power meters. And the reason why I mention this is because, well, by and large, the head unit actually I don't really like at all. But the 20% off sale that I mentioned earlier is valid on Pioneer's units. And so if you pick up a Pioneer power meter, you get a free head unit with it. There you go. It's not my favorite head unit. It works really well, but it's just not really my cup of tea. GoPro Hero 5 Black. So GoPro right here is actually the Hero 6 Black, but you would never know the difference because they're technically identical from the exterior. Nonetheless, that is now $50 off at $249 with a 32 gig SD card in there. You know, the Hero 5 Black's a great unit. I use a Hero 6 Black merely because I have the Hero 6 Black, but unless you're doing like 4K 60 or a handful of other things that the Hero 6 Black has that the Hero 5 does not, you're going to get by with just the Hero 5 Black just fine. I love the Hero 5 Black. It's a great unit. Hero 6 Black is just a little bit better. I really have nothing bad to say about it. Anyways, there you go. A quick look, maybe not a quick look at all the sales out there. Definitely hit up the page at the bottom. I have everything listed in one gigantic list of all the sales. Some of them do support the site, some of them do not, but everything is all there. I appreciate it. Don't forget to whack the subscribe button if you found this interesting, or the like button if you found this interesting as well. That way I know if it's something you want to hear about more in the future. Have a good one.